are live on TikTok. I'm actually taking a quick break. Hold on, let me wipe the screen. We're actually live on YouTube. Why am I saying TikTok? So I had a live on TikTok a couple of days ago, and I didn't finish answering some of the questions. So I thought today will be the perfect day. It's a bit cold, hence I'm in my robe. I'm actually going to be freshening up and stepping out. I have something that I need to be picking. Oh, am I even live? Oh no, I am. Gee. So I haven't changed. I thought I'd just, come on here a little cozy and answer some of the questions that were on my previous live. 2025 is the year we are going to be maximizing in our dating, improving our dating life. Because, baby, let me tell you, if you're dating for the sake, because you're trying to have some sex, or just dating to have a male or a body next to you, please stop. Please stop. So I'm going to read some questions here and then answer. So first question that I had spoken about in my previous live was date multiple people. If you are in the dating phase, you cannot have one person, especially because most of the girls feel like I have so much love. I want to spread the love. Spread it amongst multiple provider men. Okay? So, because what happens is you put your eggs in one basket. What happens if that basket has a hole and everything starts falling out? Then you're gonna have your emotions broken. I'm not trying to do that. I'm never doing that. This is so exciting. Maybe on YouTube. Are we gonna start doing this more frequently? I'm kind of in love with it. I'm kind of in love with it. I should have just brought my mirror here into my makeup, but let's keep focused. So, the first question is, of course, should you date multiple men? It's for your own mental health to date multiple men and train yourself to think, let the best man win. Okay? Not the one you like the most, not the one who has the biggest DICK, not the one who you feel. No, no, no. Let the winner, the best man win. And most importantly, date the people that like you. Stop dating the people that you like. Because that never works out. You're already setting yourself up for failure. So date the man that likes you. You feel me? What is this plus sign for? Oh, just learning, just learning. All right, so the one girl says, a friend of mine once said she had to quickly remember. Oh, so I was talking about sometimes you gotta just cry. If you feel like you're in a rut or in a situation with a man and you don't know how to get out of it, just cry. Just cry. Cry about it. And she says, a friend once said she had to quickly remember her dad's burial just so the tears could flow. Sometimes you just gotta put yourself in that predicament. Cry. Because as a woman, you shouldn't try to control a man's mind. No, sorry. As a woman, you shouldn't try to control a man. You should be focusing on manipulating their brain. Your main focus should be mind manipulation. You don't physically control a man, you control him up here. And if you feel like there's a situation that is out of your control, just cry. Just cry. Am I single? Do I look single? Do people like me look single? Okay, let's go on to, and what's your definition of single? Tina? Oh, I don't know how you pronounce your word. Okay, what is the other question? These men have spots. Oh, the network. There was a problem with the network. Do you think you should stay away from dating scene if you're still trying to work on yourself? I definitely feel like working on yourself should be a priority. That should be the first thing. Before you even date, your self-concept determines the type of people you attract. So I always feel like you should always consistently work on your self-concept. Thank you, Eagle. He said, damn, you're beautiful. Thank you, Eagle. I always feel like you should work on your self concepts. That should be your priority number one in life in general. And then that will help you attract the type of person that you want to attract. But there's nothing wrong with dabbling in dating. Just to test out the waters, just to see what are your triggers. To learn more about yourself, you need to put yourself in predicaments that allow you to see your flaws, that allow you to be treated like a princess, that allow you, because if you remove that completely from your books, like the dating scene, then how are you going to know if you're doing well or if you're not? You need to put yourself in predicaments where you can see, oh, okay, so 6 months ago I wasn't here. 6 months later I've improved. You need to do your trial runs, kiss the frog, the ugly frog, till you get to the prince. The prince. The prince. Is there really a prince? But you just have fun. You don't have to take dating so seriously. The problem with most people, they take dating so seriously. Dating is supposed to be a fun era of your life. So treat it as such. So Z says, what if they find out about the two you have? How? I feel like as a woman, our superpower is to decide if you want men to know or not. If you don't want him to know, he won't know. Why? Because men date multiple women all the time. So why you gotta? Now I'm not saying have sex with all the men. That's up to you. You're grown folks. I personally say just date multiple people till you find the one that works for you. Because here's the thing: when you pin yourself down to some person, and then you get disappointed, then you're like, oh, I have to start all over again. No, just have fun. Yeah, let that be your fun phase of your life. So she's asking, how do you get him to invest? The reason why I always tell women to date the man that likes you versus you dating the man that you like is because when you dating the man that you like, it's hard for you to ask for things. You feel like you gotta think for him. Shame, I can't ask him. I asked him again last week. I gotta ask him again this week. You are already putting yourself in a very horrible position. Date somebody that likes you. So for them, impressing you becomes naturally, okay? They want to, you don't fall in love, you grow into love. But when you're dating someone that you already like, you've already fallen. And if you fall anyway, falling hurts. I don't know, I've never heard someone who said I fell and I was fine, it was nice, I like falling, let me fall again. No. So avoid dating people that you like because it's a setup. When you feel butterflies for a man, that is a setup. That is your warning system in your body, your nervous system saying, run. So train yourself to find people that you can grow in love with because it gives you the opportunity to see the person for who they are versus what you want them to be. Because when you're dating someone that you already like, you've already instantly put them on a pedestal, meaning they don't have to do much work. You've already put them high on a pedestal. Instead, find someone that likes you. This will give you an opportunity to step back, watch them impress you, get to know them for who they are and not what you want them to be. That's just, I will die on that hill. And then when it comes to investments, when in the midst of someone trying to impress you is when you introduce your standards. Hey, well, for me, for this to work, these are my requirements. And if he's willing, if he's really into you, he's going to do it. If he's not, he's gonna fight you. And if he's fighting you, that's a flag. Run. But you're always trying to convince the men that don't want to invest in you to invest in you. That's not your job. That's not your job. Your job is to figure out, is he willing to be the man I want? If he's not, it's okay. Don't take it personal. It's got nothing to do with you. Stop personalizing it. Stop being emotional about it. Just accept it. Be at peace and move on. It's just so simple. Move on. There are so many men out there that are willing to do what you want them to do. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. I will down that hill too. Oh, and then the other girl says, "What are my thoughts about men on social media? I don't date men on social media. You have time, unless your social media is your business. You have time to be on social media. Why are you not getting another business? Why are you not getting another job? Why do you have time to be? Let alone if you're that type of man who comments on women's Instagram posts or social. Oh, you got time. Oh, you got time. Unless you have millions of dollars or rands in your account, why do you have so much time? Something ain't right. There's a trait of, I don't know. I link social media to being slightly feminine as a man. It's my ick. If you have social media and you're not making money out of it, why are you here? Why are you here? It can never be me. So, what's the other one? Oh, so this girl was telling us a story about how this man was doing research on her and she had lied about her career, and this man found out that she does something that pays way more than what she had told him. And she said he went as far as going to LinkedIn and sussing out her Bumble, I think Bumble as in the dating app, to figure out what she does. First of all, if he's that invested in your career path, he's trying to see how he's going to benefit from you financially. You have another sister wife. That is giving sister wife because he's looking on how he can build. You're not his type. He don't like you. He don't love you. He just want to see you are a placeholder. It's one thing when someone is just asking what you do for a living, and then you just give them a briefing. But when they go to investigate on what you do, they trying to put you in their plans. Oh, she makes this amount of money. They want a budget with you. Run away from those people because he's not really into you. A man that's really into you will tell you one thing: I don't care if you like me or not. I like you enough for the both of us. I don't care what you do. All I know is I enjoy having you in my vicinity and in my space. And another thing, men don't look at relationship like women do. Let's just women look at relationship for love, for marriage. What man leaves the house saying, "Today I'm going to look for a wife. Today is the day I'm going to fall in love." No, they are focused on their careers. They are focused on their money. They are focused on how you make them feel. They are focused on how you elevate their status in public. They are focused on if they are older and they seen with you and you young and fresh, they are focused on that feeling of them feeling young again. They don't care about the relationship aspects of it. They are trained and bred to see what they can get out of a situation. It is what it is. I don't care what they say. We're gonna trigger some men today. So and let that be. It's fine. I'm not sad about it. But men are trained to get what they can get from a situation and get out. And if you are not the ideal woman, why are they gonna waste their money on you? Why are they gonna invest in you? No, they're just gonna keep you here for whatever you willing to give while they continue looking, because they are goal oriented individual. And I always tell women, when you're dating, have a goal. It can't just be love. Love fades. It can't just be his cuteness. His cuteness is gonna fade. Let me tell you, when you're dating someone for cuteness, 6 months to a year, you're gonna realize, oh, snap, this ain't that great. He not that cute no more. What am I gonna do? Or for sex, oh snap, the sex is not that great no more. Because you're gonna want more. You're gonna want someone to pay your bills. You're gonna want someone to financially take care of you. You're gonna want someone that you're gonna look up to in a sense. And that's why I always say, try to date someone older. Never forget, men are actually 7 years younger than their actual age. So if he's 30, he actually has a mindset of a 23. Do your research, bro. It's dirt. It's dirt. I don't have reasons to lie. I'm telling you right now. So if you are let's just say you're 25, you're dating someone who's 25, bro, you're dating someone 7 years your junior. Mentally, you're raising this man. What a full-time job. No, you cannot. Find someone who's older. For a woman to respect, I've come to realize, right? For you to respect somebody, it helps when they're older. It helps when they provide, because it keeps you in constant check. When they're providing for you, even when you're trying to get out of hand and do too much, you remember, I need this person for A, B, and C. You remember, this is an elderly person. I can't really be talking to them crazy. Depending on the predicament. But when someone is your age, instantly you want to challenge them. That's in your DNA. You're not afraid of them. They're your age. And worse, because they are younger actually mentally. So the level of respect you have for someone your age and someone that's a bit older will always differ. Will always differ. Just remember that you have to put yourself in a predicament where shit makes sense. It's gotta make sense. I've tried people my age, and every time when I'm with someone my age, I feel like, oh my gosh, I gotta train this person all over again. Like, I am raising this person. I gotta teach this man that when he gets a paycheck. No, I don't want to do that. Like, I need to work on myself. I need to focus on other things. If I'm training you, it's a lot. It's a lot. And one thing I've learned about relationship, my mom always says, relationships are not for women, it's for men. A man will always elevate on a woman when he's in a relationship with a woman, because they are trained to step on anything in their presence to get to their position. And when they are at that position, they're gonna start looking around at the woman that they've always dreamed of having. Would it be you? Is that a risk you're willing to take? I'm not willing to take that risk. I'm not willing to sit around and figure out if I'm your ideal woman. No. You need to show me at hello. Why am I wasting my time? Everybody's always like, women have a biological clock, which is a whole crap of BS. But why is that not being said when it comes to dating? Don't waste your time with broke men because you have a biological clock. Find the man that can provide for you and your family and for your future kids. Why don't we bring that biological clock into those conversations? Why do we pick and choose? Because we're pushing women to settle. No, remember, if they say you have a biological clock, right there and then, you must look around. Am I dating the appropriate men? Am I dating the man that can provide for me and my family? Because I have a biological clock, quote unquote. Mind you, I have a relative that had a child at 47. But that's literally here, it's neither here nor there. So, society has painted this concept of women for women to consistently feel inadequate and for them to settle. Do not settle. If one man says no, I promise you on my soul, there'll be a man that's gonna say yes. Argue with your mama, baby. You don't have to settle. If he says no, walk away. Down the street, there's John. John is dying to have you in his life. John will sell his last whatever to provide for you. Because you know why? John appreciates you. How many women have you heard have dated a man and a man is like, you will never find anyone better. And then they get married to a very well-off man. Oh, wait, bruh. That's like, that should be the Cinderella story. That should be the actual Cinderella story. So don't waste your time wondering and pondering if you're good enough for someone. You should ask yourself, is he good enough for you? Since you got the biological clock, why are you wasting time? Don't waste time. They consistently tell us about our biology. Let's not forget, they a man down there stops working at a certain point too. So who got a biological clock over here? Am I married? That's none of your business. That's none of your business. And even if I told you, what's the purpose of that question? I never respond to that in my comment sections for personal reasons. But anyways, the point of the matter is you need to ask yourself, when someone is wasting your time, is it worth it? Is it worth your time being wasted? And in my 20s, the marriage thing, one thing about me, I will never date longer than 6 months without a ring. Even if it's not a ring, without being lowballered, without being something, without showing someone that they're serious about me. Marriage, I've done marriage, and even right now, it's just that I'm not ready to tell about it. So I'm ready to showcase. So I'm not going to address it. But point of the matter is, if we have the biological clock, why are we also not talking about men's biological functional of little brother down there? Because they have a biological clock too. After a while, it stops working. It slows down. They have malfunction, dysfunction. After a while, they need to take medication to keep up. So if we don't talk about biological clock, just remind yourself, ma'am, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time with the man because you have a biological clock. And don't allow him to convince. Because here's the thing. Men are trained to talk. You need to train. Have you ever seen that relative? I don't know about you. I have a relative, a cousin of mine, who is, he doesn't work. He lives with a very well-off girl. The girl takes care of him. And I always spend time with, like when I was in South Africa, I sat down and I spent time with him. And I was just like, bruh, you cheating on this girl too. How? How are you doing this? And he was like, because I'm just that guy. I'm just that guy. I deserve this. And I was like, I need to learn a thing or two from. I would call him and I would just sit down and just hear him talk. And how he saw a woman. It's like, I'm not where I want to be. And he knew he's not going to marry that girl. And I'm like, does she know you're not going to marry her? He's like, no, it's not her problem. It's not her business. Whenever I talk to her as if I'm going to marry her. And he was like, no, the reason why she's here is just to help me to get where I want to be. And right there and there, I was like, you know what, baby? These women are doing the dating thing wrong. These women are doing the dating thing wrong. So train yourself for every situation that in every dating predicament, you need to ask yourself, where is this taking me? Don't let the blind lead the blind. Don't let a blind man who hasn't got his life together to lead you. And if he's on social media at a certain time, bruh, you know that's a waste of time. Why is he not? When I went out for breakfast today, the two gentlemen that were next to me were were talking about them buying a $700 million business. And so the guy, I think the guy opposite him was an advisor. I posted that on my TikTok. The guy that was opposite him was his advisor. And this advisor was basically asking, like, giving him tips. And this guy was like, right now I'm sitting on X amount of millions. But I have this amount to take out of my pocket, then I want the bank to, pay. So now I'm sitting down. I was supposed to go on live at that time on TikTok, but I stopped because I was like, most men that are focused are purchasing companies. The other men are here on women's social medias commenting, where's your business, Zareen? Ladies, she's right. Don't waste your time with the wrong man. She's 100% right. However, don't let good guys go by chasing the bad boys. It's not worth it. Story as old as time. No, there's no bad guy here. You want someone to provide for you. Who's chasing bad guys? No one has time for bad guys. That's for the birds. Bad guys is you do that in your early 20s, between 21 to 24. After 24, you start dating for security. And let's not forget, marriage is not something that is for love. Marriage is not something that's for love. Speaking of someone who come from a family where mom and dad were married for over 35 years. Speaking of someone that has been in a situation where marriage has been in my history. And I'm not saying I'm not married now or single. I'm not disclosing that. That's a personal thing that I'm not ready to disclose. But even when my process of being lobola and the guy coming, my family told me, when he's taking you, it's not for him. It's not for you to love him. No, it's for you to expand his last name. A, B, for you guys to create a legacy. Is he capable of creating a legacy? Are you able to create generational growth and wealth for your kids? That's what it's basically, two families coming together to grow their wealth. It's not what society has now made love to be. It's not. They lied to us. It's not about love. It's never been about love. And that's why cultural populations, like people like Indians, Africans, they have arranged marriages because the female family will go and set out, or the male family will go and set out the appropriate family for their daughter or their son to marry into, because of beneficial reasons. It's not, oh, let's arrange this marriage so that you can be in love. No. They look at the family's background financially. They look at, can the girl bear kids? They look at a lot of things. But what we've been told, oh, you gotta fall in love. Why are you falling? First of all, no. It's the reason why there's so many divorces right now, because everything is done backwards. Everything is done backwards. Hey, look at Zarina agreeing with me. So that's just the thing. You need to put yourself in predicaments where you look at, forget about the physical, forget about the emotions, because those won't carry you 10, 15, 30 years into a marriage. Because I've asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, how did you last 35? And she was like, you think I looked at your dad and I was like, oh, he's so cute. Oh, I'm going to marry him because she's like, no. I looked at him and how he is as a man, how he treats me, how he is around kids, how he is financially. Does he consider me? Is my well-being and my kids' well-being, if I have kids with this man, how is it going to be? Y'all are just looking here to here. You're looking short-term. You're not looking long-term. And that's why you're having difficulties. And then someone asked me here, so I'm going to answer this last question, because I need to go get ready. I need to go pick up my watch. The question was, where do you find these men? I always say There's no one place you find men. You need to work on yourself to attract that kind of man. You need to make a list of the type of man that you want, and then write down next to that list, write down a list of the type of woman that would attract that man. And just work every day to become a better version of yourself. That's just it. You gotta have hobbies. You gotta take yourself seriously. You gotta love yourself. You see how in society a man's wallet speaks volume about him? It's like what represents. It's the same thing. Woman's beauty is literally their currency. So you need to work on yourself, work on your mind, work on its stuff. That if this doesn't work out, who are you? Who are you? You see, my mom was a stay-at-home while taking care of a woman. But my mom had her own side hustle, just for the fun of it, for kicks and giggles, that kept her going every day. And my dad funded it. Funded it. Like, what do you want to do now? You want to go sewing? You want to go to fashion school? Go to fashion school. What do you want to do now? You want to travel with your friends and purchase clothes and come back and sell them? Just 50,000 rand. Go do it. Because he felt like, I don't want her to stay home and bored. You guys are going to grow. I want her to have her own life. But at the same time, I'm not looking for her to do these things because I'm expecting something in return. No, this is just for her to keep afloat and keep energized. Because when a woman is bored, they become a burden to you. Okay, so I just asked one thing. Don't you think Western romantic movies have ruined relationship dynamics and what girls expect in a guy? They definitely have. They definitely have. Because they've created an unrealistic expectation. Now, I'm not saying don't be romantic. No. But that's something you can discuss with your partner. Hey, I like this kind of woman, or I like this kind of guy. And then that is something you can work towards. But the unrealistic expectation of what Western movies have done is to blind the people from what relationships or marriage is supposed to really be. It's not supposed to be roses and everything. Let me tell you, I would rather you send me a check than flowers. I love flowers. I can buy flowers myself with that money. But also, that's the type of woman I am. I would rather you sit me down and say, baby, okay, listen, you spoke about a business that you want to do. How can I help you financially? That's the most romantic shit for me. Versus you saying, I'm going to book a table at the so we can sit and look at the sky. What the fuck am I going to do with the sky? I mean, every once in a while that's cute, but everybody has a different concept of romance. And that's very important for you and your partner to have that discussion. What is romance to you? So when you have that and you have that figured out, then you can move accordingly. And if you're just a romantic guy, there's nothing wrong with that. Just a cherry on top. There's nothing wrong with spice. Just like you guys watch PORN. They have an unrealistic put unrealistic expectation of how men look at sex, right? But at the same time, for you to get something, a response in the bedroom with your person, you have to have that conversation. Like, baby, I really like this. And then she's not going to flip her legs and do whatever you watch on the screen that you watch, but she's going to go buy lingerie, doing this and that, So it's just an agreement. People just need to learn to communicate better. Swear, I was just thinking about you. Oh my gosh, my angel. And I've been here for over 30 minutes. For almost 30 minutes. I'm starting to transfer my lives from TikTok to YouTube. And I will be going on live on TikTok just to let people know that I'm going to be doing lives more here, more frequently. So it's just society messes with the mind, and they create a dynamic for you to believe like this is how it's supposed to be. It's not. If you want to understand what dating really is, go back in the day. Look at how men would court women for months, years even, before they can even get a kiss. Now, society has put the label boyfriend. What is a boyfriend? You're giving the man the ability to test drive your body? Excuse me, where? Why? So those are the things that society has manipulated to make it's always everything. Men are so smart. Men are so smart. So make some time to sit down and converse with the men in your life. The guy that is known as a player, go spend some time with him as a girl and listen to him speak. Listen to how he thinks about women. You will learn a thing or two. It's gonna change your life. And when you put yourself first before the dating world, everything is gonna change for you. No worries, Zarina. Oh, thank you for subscribing, my angel. Anyways, guys, I told myself I'm gonna hit the 30-minute mark. This live will be saved, of course, and I will see you guys back tomorrow. Bye, guys. How do you end this thing? Wait a damn minute. Oh, there we go.